Hi, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today on October 15th on a wonderful sunny day. We are super happy to have you join us in today's webinar, which is Establishing Strong Data Governance for Responsible AI Development. I'm Monica Moryta, and I'm a program manager at McMaster Continuing Education, and I'll be your host this hour. Today, I'm joined by our instructors of the Data Governance Program who are highly skilled professionals in the field of data governance. Please welcome our guest speakers, Guido Cesare and Hamza Olabi. In today's session, our speakers explore how data governance plays a critical role in enabling responsible AI. Learn the core principles behind responsible AI, how effective data governance upholds these values, and examine real-world examples and practical strategies for implementation. McMaster's land acknowledgement. McMaster University recognizes and acknowledges that it is located on the traditional territories of the Mississauga and Haudenosaunee nations and within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. I would like to welcome Guido and Hamza. Guido is a senior leader in the information and technology profession with 30 plus years experience in the telecommunications area with strong technical and managerial skills. Guido was instrumental in driving a number of key technical architectures in his various roles as a developer, director, enterprise architecture, and senior manager information architect. These include establishing, executing, and driving the strategy and technical architecture of large-scale information systems, data warehouse, business intelligence, and big data environments. Guido is well aware of the data challenges faced by businesses and is enthusiastic in sharing this experience and knowledge to better prepare our next generation of IT and business leaders with proper skills and experience for the new data-based economy. Guido has a Bachelor of Science degree in Applied Math and Computer Science and is one of our instructors for the Big Data Program and Data Governance Program. Hamza is a data governance professional and dedicated to advancing data-driven cultures and guiding institutions towards greater data maturity by demonstrating the tangible benefits of effective governance. In his current role, he leads the promotion of best practices that ensure enterprise data is accurate, consistent, and fit for purpose. He collaborates with cross-functional teams to break down silos, enhance data literacy, build a stronger, more connected data culture. Through his work, he helps embed data governance into everyday processes to support better decision-making, reduce inefficiencies, and foster greater confidence in the data we use. Hamza is also one of our instructors for the Data Governance Program. I would like to welcome Guido and Hamza today and thank them for joining us to host this webinar, and I will let them take it away. Thanks, Hamza.
Thank you, Monica, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar on establishing strong data governance for responsible AI development. Over the next 20 minutes or so, we will explore how data governance serves as the foundation for responsible AI, ensuring that AI systems are developed in ways that are ethical, transparent, and trustworthy. By the end of this webinar, you will have a clearer understanding of the role of data governance in building and maintaining responsible AI systems, the core principles of responsible AI, such as accountability, transparency, privacy, and integrity, how data governance support these principles through well-defined policies and data quality practices, and some real-world examples and implementation strategies that show what effective governance looks like in practice. Before we begin exploring the details, let's first answer the question, why is this so important today? AI is transforming industries across the globe, whether it's streamlining operations in finance, predicting patient outcomes in healthcare, or enhancing customer experience in retail. But with great power comes great risk. When AI is built on flawed, biased, or incomplete data, the outcomes can be disastrous. Discrimination in hiring, unfair loan approvals, privacy violations, or even regulatory penalties. Governance acts as the guardrails that ensures that the data feeding these systems is accurate, secure, and ethically managed. To understand how governance helps, we first need to establish a common understanding of what AI, generative AI, and responsible AI are. So when you hear artificial intelligence, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Chatbots, self-driving cars, or tools that generate text and images instantly? Well, AI is already part of our daily lives, often in ways that we don't even see. And while those examples capture our imagination, it's important to step back and define what we actually mean when we say AI, because clarity here sets the stage for understanding how governance would fit in. So artificial intelligence is the ability of machines to perform the tasks that typically require human intelligence. Generative AI, or what we call it as Gen AI, is a branch of artificial intelligence capable of creating new content, text, images, music, or even computer codes based on patterns that are learned from large data sets. Responsible AI, on the other hand, refers to the practices of designing, developing, deploying these technologies in ways that are transparent, fair, accountable, and safe. Think of it as ensuring that innovation is not only powerful, but also principled. And here's the key. Both generative AI and responsible AI depend on high quality and well-governed data. So with that foundation in mind, let's examine why data governance is such a critical enabler for responsible AI. Data governance isn't just about managing data. It's about protecting your organization and enabling AI to work reliably. AI is only as reliable as the data is trained on. So if the data is inconsistent, incomplete, or biased, the resulting models will reflect those flaws, sometimes amplifying them. So data governance here ensures that data is accurate, trustworthy, and well-documented. For example, in healthcare, governance practices ensure patient data is anonymized, standardized, and properly sourced before being used to train diagnostic tools. In finance, governance prevents unverified data from influencing credit decisions. Now that we see its importance, let's define what data governance really means. At its core, data governance is a comprehensive framework that brings together people, processes, and technology to ensure that data is managed responsibly across the organization. So it is not just a set of rules, it's the foundation that helps us use data with confidence. It's about having the right roles and standards in place. This includes clear responsibilities for data owners, data stewards, and data users. Everyone knows their part, who is responsible for maintaining data quality, who approves changes, and how access is granted. So this clarity helps reduce confusion and builds accountability. It ensures that our data is accurate, secure, and consistent. With proper policies and processes, we avoid the risk of inconsistent data, duplicate records, or unauthorized use. Think of it as creating a single source of truth that everyone can rely on. Strong data governance enables trusted outcomes. Whether we're making operational decisions, analyzing trends, training AI models, we can do so with confidence because we know data is reliable. So it's about creating a foundation where data, it's not just stored, but it's actively managed and leveraged to support smarter decisions and innovation. But governance is more than just a structure. It is guided by key principles that make it effective, especially in the AI context. To make governance truly effective for AI, we start with our key principles that set the foundation. First is the ownership and accountability. Someone must be clearly responsible for data quality and outcomes. Without ownership, data issues fall through the cracks and quality becomes an afterthought. Second is transparency. We must know where data comes from, how it's transformed, how it's being used in models, and how decisions are made. Transparency builds the trust, both internally and with the public. Third is privacy and security. Now, this is non-negotiable because sensitive data must be protected, especially in highly regulated fields like healthcare and finance. And fourth is quality and integrity. Data must be accurate, unbiased, and fit for purpose. Poor quality data is like feeding bad ingredients into a recipe. I mean, you can't expect a good outcome from it. So these principles turns governance from a box-checking exercise into a framework for accountability, ethics, and resilience. Now, these principles are the why, but how do we bring them to life? That's where operational pillars of data governance for AI comes in. The pillars that I'm listing in my slide here are the practical enablers that make the principles work. First, data quality management that ensures the information feeding AI models is clean and reliable. This could be through establishing clear data standards that defines what good data looks like, setting expectations for accuracy, completeness, consistency, and timeliness. Second, metadata management that adds essential context where data came from, what it means, and how it has changed over time, boosting transparency and explainability. Third, data stewardship that defines who is responsible for maintaining and approving data over its life cycle. And fourth, compliance oversight that ensures we follow the rules, both internal policies and external regulations. When combined, these pillars create an ecosystem where AI isn't just powerful, but also explainable, auditable, and most importantly, trustworthy. Let's now connect these pillars to the actual stages of AI development. Data governance obviously is not one single step. It is integrated into the entire life cycle of AI. Let's walk through each stage to see how governance plays its role. It begins with data sourcing. So governance ensures that data is collected ethically, legally, and with the right permissions in place. It is not enough to just gather large amounts of data. We have to make sure it's diverse, representative, and free from systemic bias. For example, if a healthcare data set only includes one demographic group, the AI will make poor predictions for everyone else. Governance here sets the rules and quality checks upfront, so we are starting with a strong foundation. Once we have a good data, the next challenge is what happens during model training. During model training, governance provides transparency on where the data comes from, what its limitations are. So this is where we ask questions like, is the data set large enough? Is it balanced? Have we documented its strengths and weaknesses? Transparency here allows teams to identify potential risks before they turn into problems. For instance, if a forecasting model relies heavily on data from one or two main regions, governance processes would identify that dependency, prompting the team to diversify data sources for more accurate global predictions. After training, the model is deployed into the real world, and that's where governance takes on another critical role. So in the deployment phase, governance ensures systems are monitored for both performance and compliance. It is not just about whether the AI is working, it's about whether it's working fairly and legally. Think of a credit scoring AI. Governance makes sure that approval decisions can be explained, audited, and aligned with regulations, and instead of being a mysterious black box output. But AI doesn't stop learning once it's deployed. It continues to evolve. And that's why governance must extend beyond the launch. So this brings us to the ongoing monitoring. AI models can drift over time as real-world conditions change. For example, an AI trained on pre-pandemic shopping data may make poor predictions post-pandemic. So governance ensures regular audits to detect bias, performance issues, or ethical concerns as they emerge. So it's a safeguard against AI quietly sliding into unreliability. So across sourcing, training, deployment, and monitoring, governance acts as the connective tissue, keeping AI systems accountable, ethical, and effective from start to finish. To put these practices into action, organizations rely on key and specialized tools. So when we talk about effective data governance, it's not just about policies and people, it's also about the tools that support them. So let's look at three key areas where the right tools make governance actionable and measurable. First, data discovery and organization. So tools like data catalogs help us locate, classify, and manage our data assets across the organization. Metadata management adds the context, where data comes from, how it flows, and what it means. So teams can make informed decisions with confidence. Second is the data quality and monitoring. Dashboards provide real-time view of data health, reliability, and the effectiveness of our governance practices. A unified data repository acts as a central hub, bringing together metadata, definitions, lineage, and ownership so that everyone works from a single trusted source. And third, access and security oversight. Access controls monitor and track who is accessing data, when, and for what purpose. So this ensures that sensitive data is protected and that usage is aligned, and that usage aligns well with the compliance and privacy requirements. So together, these tools create transparency, improve accountability, and make governance an active, living part of our data strategy, rather than just having a set of static policies. Beyond tools, governance also acts as a shield against legal, ethical, and reputational risks. So with regulations such as EU AI Act, GDPR, and evolving laws in North America like HIPAA in healthcare, it sets strict standards for how organizations must handle data. Governance is the shield that helps organizations stay compliant. It provides a proactive defense, helping teams stay ahead of the emerging law. Without it, you may risk not only fines and legal actions, but also something harder to recover from, which is the loss of trust. And let's be clear, AI failures aren't just technical, they are reputational. A single data misuse can erode public trust overnight. Now, let's bring this to life with some real-world examples. Data governance is not just theory, it has real-world consequences, especially when it comes to AI. So let's explore both sides of the spectrum. First, poor governance creates risk. Biased or low quality data can lead to AI models that discriminate, make inaccurate predictions, or even violate regulations. A clear example comes from Tim Hortons double tracking case. The company's mobile app secretly collected detailed locations from data users, even when the app wasn't in use, and used it to analyze customer behavior and visits to competitors. So investigations revealed that the app misled users, obtained invalid consent, and collected far more data than necessary. So this case highlights how poor data governance, lack of transparency, and weak of oversight of AI-driven analytics can quickly erode trust, expose organizations to legal risks, and damage reputations. Now, on the other hand, strong data governance acts as an enabler of success. With the proper data quality checks, bias detection tools, and clear stewardship review processes, organizations can ensure that their AI is fair, compliant, and explainable. Another example here is AI being used to improve the work of Government of Canada. The Advanced Analytics Solutions Center at Immigrations, Refugee, and Citizenship Canada has been using AI-based models to triage applications for temporary and permanent residents and find those which can automatically be identified as eligible. Now, these models have been used to accelerate the processing of more than 7 million routine cases, allowing case officers to focus on more complex cases and to strengthen the program integrity by identifying fraud patterns. So the point is clear. Governance is the difference between AI that is trusted and AI that causes reputational, legal, or ethical harm. It determines whether your AI becomes a trusted decision-making tool or a costly liability. As we wrap up, let's summarize the key takeaways. So if there is one thing that I would like to remember from today's webinar, it is the following. AI without governance is risky, unreliable, and unsafe. Governance ensures quality, supporting secure, ethical, and high-quality data use. Strong governance isn't just protection, it's performance. It enables faster innovation, regulatory compliance, and above all, trust. So AI will only ever be as good as the data that is built on. And governance is how we ensure that data is accurate, ethical, and responsibly managed. So when you think about the future of AI, don't just ask, like, what can AI do? Ask, how are we governing the data that powers it? Because governance here is the foundation of responsible AI. And with that, thank you for your time and attention. I'll pass it over to Monica, who will provide us with an overview of data governance, micro-credentials, and their offerings. Over to you, Monica.
Thank you so much, Hamza. That was an incredible 20 minutes of incredible information about AI and data governance. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Yes, so the data governance program, I will just highlight this. It's a brand new program here at McMaster Continuing Education. Soft launch was in fall of 2024. We now have all 4 courses running each and every term. So courses range from 4 to 5 weeks in duration. Upon successfully completing the online course in this program, you will receive a micro-credential. A digital credential will be issued to those that complete the course successfully. Upon completing all 4 courses, you will then receive and be recognized for a digital certificate of completion with your learning achievements. These digital credentials will detail the skills and specialized knowledge you have acquired, and it's listed on your micro-credential and certificate of completion that are digitally shareable, making it easy to add to your resume, LinkedIn profile, or to share with current or new prospective employers. Please note that you don't need to start from 101 to 104 unless you're completing the program. Certain courses may pertain to you in your current work situation. So if those are courses that may enhance your skill set, please take the courses that you feel are a real fit for yourself and where you are currently. If you're looking at pursuing or adding additional skills, these are incredible programs and courses that you can take that within 4 to 6 months, if you take all 4 courses, you've obtained a certificate of completion in this program. So whether it be a single course for a micro-credential or all 4 courses for the certificate of completion, please note that these can be done in a short duration. And then this was just a few slides that we wanted to share with you from our industry series.
These are courses that we put in place that we partnered with another firm where they offer the course via McMaster. Excuse me. As you can tell, they're self-explanatory. Generative AI, how to create applications using generative AI, art, music, and design with OpenAI and Azure. The second one is developing AI type of applications in the healthcare industry. Various tools that are available for you. And the third course is developing AI applications for the retail industry. Offhand, I can't remember how long they are, but I think they're about 4 weeks each. And they're all self-study. But with all these courses, they're self-study, but instructors are available if you have any questions. And if you have any discussion points, or the instructors are all available. And again, there's more information on these courses at the link provided. So that's basically like they're short and sweet courses that get into the meat of the material very quickly. Okay.
Great. Thanks, Guido. I appreciate that. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. I also want to thank Guido and Hamza for being our hosts for today's webinar. Again, please reach out if you have any questions about the course or if there's anything that we can provide answers to. Again, I just want to thank everyone for today's session. It was wonderful. Again, thank you everyone for joining us. Guido, Hamza, always a pleasure. And thank you everyone for joining us today. Wishing you the best of the rest of your afternoon and the week ahead.